think the reason why I don't have the fancy screwdriver for these Daiwa reels is because I hate these screws so much. I don't want to give in. Gentlemen, ladies, and anyone in between, I welcome you all, and today we'll be doing a mystery unboxing. I have absolutely no idea what is in this package. The only thing I'm aware of is that it came from Josh over at jnhtackle.com, and it quote-unquote contains the hotness. That's right, it contains
the hotness.
So with all that being said, we're going to go ahead and crack her and see what's in here, and then we're going to see if we can't take her apart, because I'm bored, and that's what I do. All right. Got some bubble wrap. Ooh. Yeah, that's a dope. That's a dope decal. I haven't seen these in person yet. These are really sweet. I've seen just text messages and Instagram stuff on them, but okay. There's a Daiwa reel. You guys are probably getting a better view than me. We got a Daiwa Blast BJ T Wing. What is this? Is this? Oh, this is their jig specific reel. Okay. We'll take a look at this in a minute. And oh, okay. Got some fishing lures. Oh no. Okay. Wow. All right. Okay. Somebody's getting into the high-end swim bait game. Look at you, Josh. All growed up. All right, guys. For those of you that aren't aware, you aren't seeing things. It is a Daiwa Z 2020. This is a JDM reel that's been discontinued for a while. One of many reels that I've sold over the years, which I kind of wish I kept, was a Z 2020. They brought the 200 over, which wasn't as dressed up and as nice as the 2020. I also had a different spool. This is the depths version of that same reel. So basically, this is just an assumption, but Depths said, hey Daiwa, do you mind making this reel again? We'll slap our name on it and change some things up, and wait till you see what this thing looks like. This thing is crazy. So we're going to get the Blast off the table. We're going to focus on the Depths for now. I have to check what the price is. This is a fairly expensive reel. I know the Z2020 was almost $700. This is, I think it might be around the $500 or $600 ballpark. Oh God, that is. I'm sorry, guys. I just got to be straight with you. This is the fuggliest reel. It's a beautiful reel in terms of if this was black and white. So can we make this black and white? I'm gonna have to do something here because, man, it is two completely different colors of red. One's like a kind of a candy apple red, and then this is like a maroon. Let me go into my video settings real quick and take a quick look, because it looked like my hands changed color. So hang tight a second. All right, my apologies. For some reason, my camera went into an auto mode, so the color was way off. And this is an accurate representation to what the true colors are. It is a deep, kind of like a lipstick red, and then a candy apple matte red on the side. And this was one of the Daiwa reels that had the MagForce 3D. This is kind of a cool feature in that it actually moves the brake ring closer and further away. If you look, see this back here? See if I can't give you a better idea. This portion here, it actually moves the brake physically closer versus rotating the two ring magnets and having their poles kind of phase each other out to increase or decrease the braking effect. So that's the side plate there. And I'm just sitting here looking at it. I just realized now it's a lefty. He sent me a lefty. Damn it. Ah. Oh man. What a. Ugh. Okay, I got a lefty depths. This thing is sweet. This is Antares level. It's a little bit tighter, has to be worn in. You can see a spin the handle, doesn't spin forever like an Antares does. But the Antares also has a super heavy metal handle. This is a lighter in weight carbon composite handle. Judging by the spin and the sound, we got ball bearings in the handle knobs. This is a sweet reel. You see the purple highlights? What's the gear ratio on the depths? Daiwa technology. Wasn't this one extra H, extra high? So this is probably an 8-to-1. I'll double check that. Anything down here that I should be made aware of? Oh, and clicky drag. Crush the mic. Uh-oh, we got a problem. We just wedged the mic in the level lines. Alright, so I guess we're going to have to take this reel apart just to get the mic out. Whoops. My bad. Can we get it to come out? Shit. That's too funny. Okay. This is the first. Probably take this off, but when I can get this off. Alright, so we're going to try to disassemble this reel as it stands and how you're supposed to. Beautiful spool. So we're looking at about a little over 100 yards of 20 pound. And this is what the Magforce 3D looks like when it's out from the side plate. Okay. I could definitely say Daiwa does not want people in these reels. These Z's, they don't like people being inside them. Bingo. And we are in. Has a redundant anti-reverse dog right there. You see that? Not too many bass reels incorporate that. We got it. We got it. Alright, sorry about that. Now you can probably hear me clearly. Not that you want to hear my voice. Anyway, take a look at this. It's a beautiful reel. just so you're aware, no T-wing. So in terms of size, let's go ahead and grab a Corrado. And the Z was always more or less akin to the 300 versus the standard Corrado size. So you have these two reels here. And you can see there is a significant difference in size. This is a much larger reel. This is a Corrado 300 size reel. So you can use this for saltwater applications. There's no magnesium to worry about corroding. It's a fairly, I don't want to say complex. I mean, when it comes to internals, it's pretty much the same across the board for all the low-profile baitcasters from Daiwa, Shimano, Abu. The big difference is the drag stack here, which I'll show you in a minute. And the only thing that's really any different than, say, Alexa 300 in terms of the brake is the fact that it moves in and out. And it has a inductor on the spool that moves in and out. So look at this as your luxury Alexa 300. So you have a spool that has the live spindle, doesn't have the metal shaft that goes all the way through, has a clicky drag, has an elongated frame pushing that level line way out, and the clutch feels different. What do we have underneath the pinion and the yoke? Is that a bearing or is that a bushing? Either way, not the end of the world. It feels like it's plastic, but let's take a closer look. Yeah, if you look in here, that's just a bushing, which is fine. But it's interesting to see that it has the backup AR dog, and it's held in place by a C-clip. That you don't see that very often. And I'm going to find out right away just how difficult it is to get it back into place, because without being able to lift it out, sometimes they're a pain. Because that little, I don't remember this on mine. I have a pretty decent memory when it comes to this sort of thing, but I don't recall on mine just how simple and it was to get it back into place. Yeah, so that's going to be a little tricky to get back down in there. Because it only wants to go as far as that pin is. This leg blocks it there. And I can only move the plate so far. Here, tackle advisors, we're lazy. We don't want to have to move these C-clips here. Them C-clips the devil. But man, oh man, what a beautiful reel this is. I just wish it didn't have this crazy secondary color for the, I mean, come on, look at this. Look at that side by side. Like, pick one. I mean, the purple, that purple looks like it's neon. It's almost like a swordfish that's lit up when you get it to the surface. It's that brown and neon purple. I don't know if you guys knew that or not, but when you get a swordfish next to the boat, they're usually lit up pretty good. Like stained glass purple. All right, so this, my friends, is the Daiwa Z2020 in its depths form, which is still current. It's a 2018 model reel. I mean, that's a hell of a reel. This may be one of the ultimate swim bait reels. There's not much out there even today from a performance and refinement standpoint that rivals this thing. I mean, I have sitting next to me one of my primary medium light swim bait reels for up to like 4 or 5 ounces that aren't going to be bombings, is 20 pound. on here. This is a Calcutta TEDC. It's getting old. I mean, it's probably almost 10 years old by now. And the original Z 2020 came out right around back then. I want to say 2000. I don't remember. It's got to be 10 years now, if I'm not mistaken. But all right, so that's the Depths Z 2020. That's a hell of a reel, and he wasn't kidding. This is, in fact, the hotness. Let's go take a look at this thing here, which, if there's a tackle shop in the United States that sells more inshore jigging gear than J&H, I would love to know. I mean, that's his specialty. If you're a fluke fisherman, if you're a tog fisherman, if you're an inshore fisherman, that's his bread and butter. He caters to that angler more than pretty much any other shop in the Northeast. And let's go over the externals before we get inside this thing. Can I get this open? This is more like a standard Tatula. Was it the Tatula CT? I just had two Tatula Type R's taken apart from one of my buddies. So, if you look here, before we even open this up, this is what Daiwa will do with their JDM jigging specific reels. They look like they're just regular bass bait casting reels with a single power handle. But, in fact, see this, where it says PE line? There should be no break on this spool. Yeah, see, it's completely void of anything but a ball bearing. And the spool. Now, let me know down below in the comment section, if you're really into jigging, can somebody please tell me the difference between having no magnetic brake here and having the brakes set to 0? And how much of a difference it is dropping down to bottom. And I'm aware that there is a minimal effect of when you set the brake to 0 and drop down or make a cast. There still is a slight braking effect. But when you're dropping straight down with the jig, it's not even having any impact. So why not just put it there and be done with it? So that way it can be a little bit more multifunctional. But is it needed? No. Is it one more thing that can go wrong? Honestly, look on this the Daiwa Magforce discussion on Stripers Online, where a lot of people are posting up pictures of the magnetic brakes all corroding, which unfortunately Daiwa doesn't seem to want to warranty. They're saying it's a maintenance issue, which is absolute and utter bullshit. What are you going to maintain? Come on. What are you going to maintain these magnets with? And this one looks like it's more just like a metal coating. Some of them have almost like a ceramic epoxy coating to protect the magnets. Because these style magnets, the second they come in contact with salt water, they rust so easily. So, Daiwa should be covering that, because the only way where that coating is really going to come off is if they crack. It's not like if you leave water standing there, it's going to corrode the coating. That's not the case. They would something has to whack it, and it's in an area that is pretty well protected, so you shouldn't have that issue. And I'm looking at my camera right now, and it's barking at me saying we only have 4 minutes left, so we're going to go ahead and speed this up, which is very dangerous considering we have a lot of reels, or a lot of money in reels sitting next to us. I think the reason why I don't have the fancy screwdriver for these Daiwa reels is because I hate these screws so much. I don't want to give in. What asshole company has specific screw heads? And these are pretty unique. They're not really found anywhere else other than these fishing reels. I forget where I've seen them. I remember looking up for alternatives to the Daiwa tool, and there's just nothing that exists. I forgot what these screws are called. They're like pilot head screws or some garbage like that. They're not security screws or anything like that. But I don't like them. So with 2 minutes left, how y'all doing? I'm going to crack this puppy open. Aluminum side plate. Nice. Nice sized main gear. Fairly standard and straightforward. I'm going to throw that on the floor. And there is your single carbon fiber drag washer. So, yeah. So I have to check the price on this. I don't know what I'll leave the whole thing right around here, letting you know how much this thing costs. And my guess is it's a little bit more reasonably priced compared to some of the other, like a Type R tattoo or something like that. It's probably in the $150 to $180 price range. And this thing's probably in the $500 to $700 range. And, oh, wait. And it's funny, I literally had this sitting right next to my bench because I just used this on a fishing reel the other day. Yeah, so if you want to see me before I got 1 minute left, before this video cuts out, make sure you stay tuned and check out where I took a Shimano Antares for charity for a Campfire Club of America casting tournament, and took a Sawzall to it in order to help break their record for their club. And hey, they did. I found out about a week later after I literally spent an hour, cut the thing into pieces, and sent it out there. Put some of my fancy ball bearings that I imported years ago for tournament casting purposes in a reel gratis, just as a good luck kind of deal, since it was for charity or whatnot. And I found out they actually broke the club record, which has stood for, I think he said 9 years, by like 8 or 9 feet. So awesome. Way to go. And so I don't just do stuff to Daiwa reels. He was a Shimano employee. That was whose reel I cut into pieces. So until next time, guys, I appreciate everybody for coming out and checking out this mystery unboxing. And these are some pretty cool reels. I wish this was a righty. I really do. I really, really do. And God. All right, guys. It's at 0 minutes. It's blinking 0. So I appreciate everybody for showing up. If you don't mind, hit that like button. If you haven't already subscribed, feel free to check out what I've put out in the past. I think you'll find I do things quite a bit differently. Until next time, guys, tight lines, and I'll see you soon.